What's up, guys? It's your boy, Parrish Oglesby with Uncut Gems. Man, how you guys doing today? It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm excited as usual about my day, about how this day is going. This is a men's channel. It's about ordinary men doing extraordinary things. So guys, if you like, please go to my YouTube channel, Uncut Gems. That's UNKUTGEMS. That's Uncut Gems. And what this channel is about ordinary men doing extraordinary things, right? And it's about positivity. It's about upliftment. It's about tools that I've used, tools that I'm getting from my guys, feedback that I'm getting from my guys out there who are doing the work, doing what's necessary to make this thing happen. So this is going to be a short video, but what it is I've been talking to a lot of people, a lot of women, men out here in this dating scene. It is something else. It is something to behold. And I'm hearing this thing, and some women gave me some great ideas about, these conversations that we're having. It's just to advance the conversation. And the conversation is, we need to take men. We need to take and let me tell you something. I'm hearing the new stats out now. It's no longer can you call men scrubs. Men are out here getting it done. Especially men that, I ain't gonna say especially, but in addition to my counterparts, men that look like me, we're getting it done. And the stats, no matter what I've been told, the stats don't lie, numbers don't lie. So my men are already doing great things out here. It's time to take it to the next level. And I want to borrow something from women, because I admire and love women. I was raised by some strong, and I hate to use the word strong because it's a negative connotation associated with it, but some really, what would I say? Some resilient women, some women who were dedicated, who didn't take no stuff. My grandmother, Lula Detman, may she rest in peace, all the way up to my mom, my aunts and all. And they put some grit in me because they weren't, they would play when it came to me. But one of the things I'm hearing out here in this new community that I'm in is I'm hearing, and I see it on YouTube everywhere, don't settle. I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle. And I'm like having these conversations because, and let's get it out there. It is unsolicited. No one is asking whether or not you're gonna settle, but nevertheless, I do understand you're not gonna settle. I'm just want to borrow that for the men. Men, it's a lot of men out here it's a large percentage of men out here doing the damn thing. And these extraordinary men, or ordinary men doing extraordinary things, I'm telling you guys, don't settle. Let's borrow from the women. And it's not necessarily about relationship-wise. What it is about, though, is don't settle for what you see where you are right now. Don't settle for, if your health is poor, turn it around. Do a plant-based diet. Go in there, get out there and exercise. Don't settle for what you got so far. Don't settle. Don't settle. If you always wanted to go back to school and get that degree, go back to school and get that degree. Let's learn from our women out here. A woman go through a bad breakup, she go get 5 degrees. Men, we break up and we fall all the way down. So let's not settle. Let's not settle for alcoholism. Let's not settle for not getting help. Let's not settle for not getting the spiritual help we need. Let's not settle for women just being the only people in church. Let's go back to the church, man. Let's not settle for that man that we're seeing in the mirror. If you are not satisfied, we're not talking about happy. We're talking about satisfied. If you're not satisfied with what you look in the mirror every single day, then don't settle. Also, when it comes to relationship, don't settle for no bad behavior. Don't settle for a woman who won't respect you. Don't settle for a woman who not gonna who not going to be about your program and what you're trying to do, or not going to support you, is not going to be a positive impact in your life. Don't settle. So I think women got a great campaign out there. That campaign been going out for at least the last 10 years, and it's working because a lot of these women, they're not settling. Now, I don't want you to fall into the trap though. Men, I don't fall into the trap where it's not perfect, therefore you don't have anything. And I'm not saying this for all women doing, but a lot of women are doing that, falling into the trap of I'm not settled unless it's perfection. No, I'm not looking for perfection when I look in the mirror. I'm looking at the best version of Parrish. I'm looking at the best version of Parrish. And if I'm not the best version of Parrish, guess what? I can't settle for this. I can't settle for that. That's unacceptable. I can't accept mediocrity from my friends, from my fraternity brothers, from my family. So why would I settle for that man in the mirror? I expect a lot from the woman I'm with. I have high expectations from my children. I have high expectations from my business partners. I'm not gonna settle. So men out there, let's take a book. Thank you, ladies, for giving us a good campaign slogan. I'm not gonna settle either, right? So we're not gonna settle for drugs and alcohol. We're not gonna settle for just letting somebody else determine the narrative that is described about us. No more of that. I will not settle. We do not have to all be rappers and athletes. We're lawyers and doctors. We're educators. We're ministers. We're fathers. We're husbands. We're all those things and then some. So what I want you guys to do is to get up every morning and say, this aspect of my life, I ain't settling no more. So thank you, ladies. Give a shout out to all the ladies out there that continue to tell me unsolicited that they're not gonna settle. Because my response is always gonna be the same, me neither. You and I on the same page. We ain't nobody settling out here. But what I'm not gonna do is, I don't have to have perfection. I'm practical. Most men are practical. But if you're not getting the best, and you know what the best look like, or the very best version of yourself could look like, shoot for that. Go for it. And there's nothing wrong with what women are saying. Let me tell you something. This is not a knock, because I know people gonna come at me and think I'm trying to, a backhanded compliment or whatever. No, that's not it. I just know, I remember back in the day, and I want to say his, and I gotta say his name. Bill Cosby made this book about 20 years ago. When I was in 20-some years ago. I'm sorry, 30 years ago. And he was talking about how, he created the Cosby and a different world, and women went to college in droves, right? And he even said in a lot of his speeches when he put his book out, because he was America's father at one point, is that don't settle for these men who ain't got their stuff together. He said it all over the country, and people listen. And it moved a generation, the women that out here with me, it moved that generation to go to college. It moved me to go to college. Just like rap did for most African-American men coming up my age group. Rap changed the game for a lot of black men. It really did. It made us get off our butts and go out there and become millionaires at a new art form. But they didn't settle. That's because they didn't settle. They didn't say, when somebody told Biggie that you ain't gonna be nothing, let me show you. So let's take a page from the ladies. They not gonna settle, and we ain't either. So men, by the sound of my voice, every morning that you get up, you look that man in the mirror, or when you come home from that late shift, that third shift, you come home, you finna take your shower and jump into bed and sleep because you got to go to another shift later on. Go look in the mirror and say, man, is this the best version of myself? Am I settling? If you look at where you live, and it's not about balling out, it's not about fashion, and it's not about competition with the next man. It's about what God had intended just for you. It's about you being the best version of yourself. You're not gonna settle, because Parrish Oglesby of Uncut Gems is not going to settle. And trust me, let's go back. Let me almost end this. I'm getting close to my ending. I have settled. I've settled for poor relationships, terrible women. Oh my God. I put up with some of the worst attitudes. I put up with accepting less money. I've a less version of myself, getting fat and out of shape and not caring. I have settled, and settling sucks. So my women out there who are saying, man, don't settle, I'm impressed. But that's another conversation that we need to have. Only thing I'm hearing about them saying they're not gonna settle is when it comes to us. That's okay. We're gonna move that. That's their narrative. Our narrative is we're not gonna settle for anything. We're not gonna settle for that poor job. We're not gonna settle for poor health. We're not gonna settle for not getting help when we have emotional or mental issues. We're gonna get help. We're not gonna settle for just drinking or weed or any of those things to give us, just to mellow us out. We're gonna seek help. We're not gonna settle for less than the best when we know we're good in mathematics. We're gonna go back to school. We're gonna go and shoot for that promotion. We're not gonna settle for this job that I'm just comfortable in. We're not gonna just be comfortable sitting on that couch and our woman looking at us sideways and while she going out there thinking that she conquering the world. You know, we're not gonna settle for a bad relationship where we're not communicating with our women. We're not gonna settle for bad fatherships where our children don't know us anymore. Know us. My kids, they may not like me, but they love and respect me. And I've been in their life since they came out of the womb. You know, I'm not gonna settle for what my daddy was okay and he settled for, not knowing his children, or worse, his children not knowing him. Shout out to him. No smoke. So no more settling. Let's learn from our women, and let's take. They've had that campaign slogan now for 10 years, and they have worked it. You know, they are the most enrolled. They the most this and the most that, and all of this with a bag of chips. And I salute you, women. Now, men, it's time for us to take our slogan to the next level. We already cutting up sideways. They can't call us scrubs no more. They can't do it. They can't. And if they are calling us scrub, they ain't in this group no way. Them are not the type of women we want to talk to anyway. All right? So, for those men, to the sound of my voice, I will not settle. I'm going to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym, but I can't settle for being at this age, just had my wonderful birthday, and I got to settle for, well, I'm getting older. I'm a middle-aged man. It's time for me to, hang it up. No, I will not settle. You shouldn't settle either. So, guys, it's your boy, Parrish Oglesby, with Uncut Gems. Peace.